So I arrived from India on a Sunday night at 9 o'clock to Canberra. Next day was my first day in school. My first lesson was English. And not having been exposed to any Western culture, no Western television, and there was no internet for the masses at the time, I walked into my English lesson and I was told straight up I wasn't good enough. And my English wasn't good enough to be in her lesson. And that I needed to go into English as a second language. A girl who was a national level under-14s badminton player, part of the English debating team for her school and represented her school in dance, suddenly went into a shell, not feeling good enough. I was given a comprehension exam to give on my first day. I finished the comprehension exam in the library, not knowing when the school finished. And about half an hour after the school finished, utterly scared, I went outside thinking I would have disappointed my dad if I didn't make the test. That was a journey of a girl who forever felt not good enough and always felt that if she was to open her mouth, her accent would show and her differences would overshadow whatever she said. Sorry. That's my story. The stories I used to tell myself were that you need to fit in, you need to wear Western clothes, and you need to be one in the crowd, not stand out, just assimilate. I used to always start my questions with, may I please ask a dumb question? Because I genuinely believed that the questions I asked were stupid, were dumb, and that I was the only one in the room who didn't know the answer to this, and I should have known because I should have read something or I should have had the background ahead of time. My breakthrough moment in the Women Rising program was, I think, the first module. The module which allowed me to sit in my own space and reflect what my vision was, what made me happy, where I got joy from. It allowed me to understand that I am not me without my differences, that I am not me without the values that I bring, and I'm not me without the heritage that I carry. It was even more powerful for me because both my daughters needed to see that I accepted myself for them to value their heritage. The biggest change I've noticed in my career because of the Women Rising program really is being able to walk into a room with my head held high, with confidence, and not focusing on whether my differences take away from my presence. I think women in India are breaking through the traditional mold at the moment, and it would be a great program to just lift all of them at this point in time. The Women Rising program will help you and the women in your organization realize their potential